Assalamu alaikum. We are studying the diseases associated with the deformities in the synthesis of the collagen. And Alport syndrome is one of the disease. Here there is a defect in the structure of the type 4 collagen. As we know that the type 4 collagen is found in the basement membrane. And it is especially in the basement membrane of the renal glomeruli. And when there is a defect in the type 4 collagen membrane of the renal glomeruli, there is the hematuria. Hematuria means that blood in the urine, frank blood in the urine. And it is a kidney disease, renal disease, kidney disease. Then the next is the epidermolysis bullosa. Epidermolysis. It means that there is something related with the skin, and it is due to the defect or alterations in the structure of the type 7 collagen. As we know that the type 7 collagen is the major component of structures in the skin. It is called the anchoring fibrils. And these fibrils are found in a region known as the epidermal basement membrane zone. These fibrils are found in the region known as the epidermal basement membrane zone, which is a two-layer membrane located between the top layer of the skin. Top layer of the skin, it is called the epidermis, and the underlying skin, which is called the dermis, and it is between these two layers. And when there's a alterations or there's a problem or there's a mutation or changes in the synthesis of the type 7 collagen, so there are several skin problems. There are the breaks in the skin. There are the skin breaks. Then the blisters, challe, formation even for a minor trauma. There will be blister formation in the minor trauma. Then the scurvy. Scurvy is a disease due to the deficiency of vitamin C, also called the ascorbic acid. And we have studied while we are studying the synthesis of the collagen. And it is not a genetic disease, but it is related to the improper formation of the collagen and referred here as the vitamin C is needed for the post-translational modification of collagen. When the initial form is formed, after form there is the translation. It is called the post-translational modification. And scurvy is characterized by there is the bleeding of the gums, poor wound healing, and subcutaneous hemorrhages. It is a problem which is related with the hydroxylation in the collagen, and hydroxylation is due to the deficiency of hydroxylase enzymes. Hydroxylation means that induction of the hydroxyl group, and there are enzymes which are called the hydroxylating enzymes. There are two enzymes as we have studied: prolyl hydroxylase, which catalyzes the induction of the hydroxyl group into the protein, and the other is the lysyl hydroxylase, which catalyzes the induction of the hydroxyl group into the lysine. And in the deficiency or in the absence of the ascorbic acid or the vitamin C, these enzymes are unable to function, and the problem which appear in the form of the scurvy. Then the lathrism. Lathrism is a disease of bone deformities. There are the deformities of the bones, and it is caused by the consumption of the cassia dal, which is scientific name is Lathrius sativa, and it is used in some part of the India. And the toxic compound is beta oxalyl aminoalanine, BOAA, beta oxalyl aminoalanine. It is the toxic compound which is found in the cassia dye, and it interferes with the cross-linking of the lysine amino acids in collagen. And what it is doing? It is doing that beta oxalyl aminoalanine. It inhibits the enzyme which is lysyl oxidase. Then the Menkes disease. Menkes disease or Menkes syndrome. It is a disorder that affects the copper levels in the body. It is characterized by kinky hair, failure to gain weight, and growth is not at a expected rate. It means that there is the failure to thrive and deterioration of the nervous system. Here there is a deficiency of the copper, which results in the defective cross-linking of the collagen and elastin by the copper-dependent enzyme. The copper-dependent enzyme is the lysyl oxidase. When there is a deficiency of the copper, these copper-dependent enzymes are unable to work, which is the lysyl oxidase, and there will be the defective cross-linking of the collagen and elastin. Now the elastin. Elastin, as the name indicates, it is a connective tissue protein with the rubber-like properties. You can stretch it, it will be stretched, and when you leave it, it will go to its original length. Elastin, elastic fibers. Elastic fibers composed of elastin, and there is a glycoprotein, microfibrils, are found in the lungs, the walls of the large arteries, and elastic ligaments. In all these tissues, the elasticity is needed. In the large artery, there is elasticity for the containing of the blood, and in the elastic ligaments, in the lungs, which is used for the oxygenation of the blood. They can be stretched to several times their normal length, but recoiled to their original shape when the stretching force is relaxed. And this is the figure in which you can see the elastin fibers in relaxed forms and stretched conformations. Above it is in the relaxed form, and below it is in the stretched form. These are the elastin monomers, and cross links are indicated by the arrows. Sorry. Then the structure of elastin. What is the structure of elastin? Elastins are the fibrous proteins present in the yellow elastic fibers of the connective tissue, ligaments, and tendons. Protein present in the elastic fibers of the connective tissue, ligaments, and tendons. Its precursor, it is synthesized from a precursor which is called tropoelastin. Its precursor is called tropoelastin. Tropoelastin is a linear polypeptide and it composed of 700 amino acids. These are primarily small and non-polar. Elastins are rich in the non-polar amino acids such as the alanine, leucine, valine, proline, and lysine, but contains only a little hydroxyproline and there is no hydroxylysine, cysteine, methionine, and histidine. It is a connective tissue protein. It has a rubber-like properties. It is highly insoluble and extremely stable protein polymers. And it is hydrolyzed. Elastins are hydrolyzed by pancreatic elastase enzyme. They are formed in large amounts in the uterus during pregnancy, because in the pregnancy, uterus is an organ which has to become much bigger than the size, its renal size, and is all due to the elastic fibers in the uterus. Tropoelastin. Tropoelastin is secreted by the cell into the extracellular matrix space, and where it interacts with the specific glycoprotein microfilament fibrils, which is the fibrillin. Tropoelastin secreted by the cell into the extracellular space, where it interacts with the specific glycoprotein. Glycoprotein, as the name indicates, the protein in which there is the carbohydrate is present. Glycoprotein, and it is called the fibrillin. Precursor is tropoelastin, linear polypeptide composed of 700 amino acids, small and non-polar amino acids, rich in proline and lysine, very little hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine, and mutations in the fibrillin gene are responsible for Marfan syndrome. Later we will study the disease. Some of the lysyl side chains of the tropoelastin polypeptides are oxidatively deaminated. Oxidatively deaminated amino group is removed oxidatively with the oxidation process by the enzyme which catalyzes the reaction is the lysyl oxidase, and which product is formed allicin. Some of the lysyl side chains of the tropoelastin, there is the removal of the amino group with the oxidation, and enzyme which catalyzes the reaction is the lysyl oxidase, and the product which is formed is the allicin residues. And 3 of the allicin side chains plus 1 unaltered lysyl side chain. 3 allyl side chains and 1 unaltered side chain. These 4 will form the neighboring, and with the neighboring chains, polypeptides form a desmosine crosslink. What is the desmosine crosslink? There are the 3 allyl side chains, 1 unaltered lysyl side chain with some neighboring polypeptides, and there is a crosslink is formed, and this crosslink is the desmosine. Now you can see in the figure the desmosine crosslink in the elastin. Desmosine crosslink, 3 allyl side chain and 1 altered on the right side. On the left side there are 3, and on the right side it is the unaltered. and it is the desmosine crosslink. Then the insoluble protein polymer. It is an insoluble protein polymer. Its precursor is tropoelastin, which is a linear polypeptide composed of about 700 amino acids, which are small and non-polar amino acids. It is rich in proline and lysine, very little hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. Tropoelastin is secreted by the cells into the extracellular matrix. There it interacts with the specific glycoprotein microfibrils, and which are called fibrillin. Fibrillin acts as a scaffold on which tropoelastin is deposited. Scaffold. Scaffold is a raised wooden platform used formerly for the public execution of criminals. And nowadays you can see the wooden platform temporarily formed for construction of the construction work. And fibrillin. And in this case, desmosine crosslinks are formed, and this produces the elastin. Then the fibrillin. As we have studied that fibrillin is a glycoprotein. We have just studied it is a glycoprotein which is essential for the formation of elastic fibers which are found in the connective tissue. Fibrillin is secreted into the extracellular matrix by fibroblasts and becomes incorporated into the insoluble microfibrils, which appears to provide the scaffold for deposition of the elastin. When there is a mutation, genetic changes in the fibrillin, this is responsible for the Marfan syndrome, a disease which we will study later. Marfan syndrome. Connective tissue supports the tendons, ligaments, blood vessels, cartilage, and heart valves in the body. Almost found in all the body. It affects three major organ systems of the body. It will affect the heart and circulatory system, bones and muscles, and the eyes. Fibrillin is primary component of the microfibrils that allow tissue to stretch repeatedly without weakening. In the elastin, it is the primary component of the microfibril that allow the tissues to stretch repeatedly without weakening. Fibrillin is abnormal. If it is abnormal, connective tissue are looser than usual. It will weaken and damage the support structure of the entire body. If it is the abnormal or it is looser than the usual, it will weaken or damage all the supporting structures of the body. The most common external signs associated with the Marfan syndrome include excessively long arms, legs, arm span being greater than height. This is the picture of a man with the Marfan syndrome. Disorders of the extracellular matrix. Marfan syndrome. Marfan syndrome represents one of the many inherited human disorders caused by the defects in the extracellular matrix proteins. These disorders primarily affect the connective tissue, but some cause systemic problems. Marfan syndrome is caused by the mutation in the extracellular matrix protein, ECM protein, which is the fibrillin 1. The syndrome is manifested by defects in the skeleton, in the bones, cardiovascular, in the heart and vessels, and ocular system, in the eye. Estimated incidence of 2 to 3% per 10,000 individuals. 25% of the cases are caused by the de novo mutation. In the 25% of the cases, there is no family history. But majority, 75, there is a family history. And some believe that Abraham Lincoln, which is the first president of the United States of America, had the Marfan syndrome. Skeletal system. It is the disproportionate increase in the linear bone growth that causes the malformation of fingers, limbs, and anterior chest wall. Then the craniofacial defects, cranium, head bones, face bones, defect, scoliosis, there is a curvature of the spine, and joint hypermobility. The joints are very much mobile than the normal, hypermobility. In the cardiovascular system, progressive aortic root enlargement and thick web leaflet, ascending aortic aneurysm can develop, which can cause the aortic regurgitation or rupture. Aneurysm is a weakening of an artery wall that creates a bulge or distension of the artery. Most of the new aneurysms do not show any symptoms and are not dangerous, but sometimes they can rupture, leading to life-threatening internal bleeding. And here, aortic regurgitation, it means that there is the pooling of the blood and the blood will not go into the body. And here, due to the weakening of the blood vessels, there could be rupture. Then the ocular system. In the ocular system, right, there is a severe myopia and dislocation of the lens, which is called the ectopia lentis. Ectopia lentis, dislocation of the lens. What is the myopia? You know, it is the nearsightedness, where we can see objects which are near to us clearly, but objects which are further away, they become the blurring. And it accumulates the shape of the eyeball becomes so that the rays which is formed on the retina which converts in front of the retina. So it is all due to the changes in the fibrillin 1. Mutations in the gene or chromosome 15 or fibrillin 1, a large glycoprotein present in elastin associated microfilament. Then abnormalities of the structure of fibrillin 1, structure of the suspensory ligament of the eye, which cause the ectopia lentis or dislocation of the lens, the periosteum, the outermost layer of the bone, media of the aorta affected, elevated levels of TGB may contribute to the pathology. Ectopia lentis, actinodactyl, and dilatation of the ascending aorta. Next, inshallah, we will study the alpha-1 antitrypsin. Thank you very much.